When I first started at Potterville, I started in September of 2016. Potterville was struggling. They were having a hard time. There were a lot of different directions the church was being pulled in.
Our congregation was going down, and so our finances wasn't that good.
We didn't want to be a dying church. We struggled with trying to reach people for Christ, and we weren't exactly sure what we needed to do.
We reached out to the district for help. We needed a change.
It took us 3 months before we heard back from the conference that we had some options. The best one, obviously, was to merge with Sycamore Creek and be adopted.
It's incredibly difficult to be adopted, and so my role has been to come into Potterville and to be the campus pastor. And the first thing I had to do was prepare the church for adoption. And when you're adopted as a church, you give up your name.
The thought of changing the name of the church was difficult. I think that people were concerned that Potterville would be lost in the process.
The first big hurdle that we had to go through was getting people ready for the adoption.
The challenges that we faced were being really clear about expectations, being clear about what changes were going to take place, making sure that there was that kind of negotiation up front. The best thing that we did in that process was we hired somebody who is a consultant who works with adoptions across the whole nation. And so he's done this in hundreds of churches. His wisdom in the situation was invaluable.
Having an expert on the outside work us through the process was a benefit because I had somebody that I could talk to if I had concerns.
One of the leaders here at Potterville said that what he was surprised by was not just how many changes that Potterville United Methodist had to make, but how many changes Sycamore Creek had to make to do this adoption.
I would tell a church concerning an adoption that this is a really viable way to grow your church. In order to do that, you need to be willing to change. And that's the tough decision before a church that's considering an adoption. Are you willing to change? Are you so committed and passionate about following Jesus and sharing his love with others that you yourself would change? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up your way of doing things so that you can reach new people with the love of Jesus?
Ask all the questions you can, because if you're the church that's being adopted, you want to get all your questions answered. You want to have everything out on the table so that there are no hidden skeletons in the closet.
Get the answers you need. Feel free to ask the questions and trust God that if it feels right, it's right.
We're seeing new people showing up. We're seeing folks come back who haven't been here in a long time. There's people resources, talent resources, there's idea resources. We're able to do more together. It's that classic, you put two horses together and they're able to do more than just the sum of the two by themselves. And we've seen that over and over again.
I'm a numbers guy, and so in terms of success, I can tout some numbers of what we've had. Prior to Sycamore Creek starting in Potterville, our average Sunday attendance was right around 50 to 60 people on Sunday mornings. Now we're averaging around 90 people on Sunday mornings. And so what we've seen is an excitement and an enthusiasm regarding our worship services that has drawn people in. One of the things to celebrate in the midst of the adoption is the life that we have, the excitement that has been generated.